Hi, Sinead. Very welcome. Good to see you again. And Shane, you're very welcome to the show.
Hi.
Thanks for coming and doing the number for us. But a strange combination, an unlikely combination, I said at the beginning. How did the two...
Different sexes, yeah.
Well, that's a start anyway. How did the two of you come to do this song? Well, it's your song.
Yeah, well, it was Liam Tayling's idea.
Yeah, but you knew the song already.
No, I didn't. We did it a few years ago. We recorded it actually about 2 or 3 years ago, I think. So just Shane rang me up and asked me. So.
It's been mixed and things, and had overdubs and stuff put on it and all the rest of it.
But the basic recording that you can buy in the shops now, that's shooting into the UK charts at the moment, is already in the Irish charts. The basic thing was recorded a couple of years back.
Yeah.
The actual basic backing track, yeah, and Sinead's vocal. Yeah.
Okay, are you surprised by its instant success? I mean, you were on top of the Pops.
Well, that doesn't necessarily mean you're successful. You can be on the top of the Pops and not be successful. Plus, you can be successful and not necessarily be good and deserve to be on top of the Pops. You know what I mean, you can get to number one and not be a good record at all. Like so.
Yeah, as it happens, this is a good record. It is successful, and you were on top of the Pops.
We were on top of Pops.
Yeah.
Yes, but no, I'm not surprised. If it is successful, it's because it is a great record, which it is. Shane's a great songwriter, in my opinion.
Yeah, and the notion of the two of you, Shane is a terrific songwriter. I mean, long after we're all gone, they'll be still performing and recording Shane's songs.
Sinead's not bad, you know.
I wouldn't say I was in your league.
She is one of those who would say self-praise is no praise anyway, so we're here to praise her own songwriting records and performances. But the song itself, from Sid and Nancy, about Sid Vicious and his girlfriend Nancy, I mean, was that something that you wanted to write about, Shane? Or was it just a commission?
It was a commission, yeah. But I mean, I knew Sid and Nancy, yeah. I didn't like the film.
You didn't like the film. Did you like Sid?
I didn't like the film, no, I didn't like what they did with it, but I didn't know what the film was going to be like when I wrote the song. I just wrote the most emotional sort of, it's a sad song, you know.
Yeah.
But it's happy in a way, because they're sort of reunited somewhere else, you know.
Yeah. Did you empathise with Sid Vicious? Did you sympathise with, the way he lived and the way he ended up?
Well, at the time I was living pretty much the same way,
yeah. Yeah. Do you worry at all about your own mortality?
Well, everybody does, don't they?
I do.
But I mean, you don't.
Yeah, only last night I was worrying about my mortality.
What sort of thoughts come into your head about your own mortality? I mean, you're a young woman.
Dying, the whole idea of dying is scary.
And is that all there is?
Yeah, and just the whole thing of, what are we all doing here? How does the earth hang in space? And what's going to happen to me when I die? And is it going to be slow and painful? That kind of thing.
It's the dying rather than the death.
The actual dying, yeah, I think, yeah. But I think also if you get through birth, which must be the most difficult passage, I think death is probably a breeze. You know what I mean?
When you watch people who've had a long illness, they tend to slip away rather than, they stop fighting at a certain point.
Yeah, I think living is harder probably.
Yeah, living is harder. And some people, like Shane, make living a lot harder than it need be.
Well, I don't know, you see, but again, everyone's different, you know what I mean? And everyone makes their own rules and lives their life according to their own thing. So, do you know what I mean? What's difficult for you might not be difficult for Shane, do you know what I mean? And vice versa.
We can't get in under each other's skins and really know what it's like to be.
Yeah.
I reckon I'll outlive you.
You could well do. I hope you haven't any plans for my immediate demise. That's the only thing. I noticed in rehearsing, Shane, that you really love doing what you do. Do you enjoy the bits in between, like the travelling? You're doing a big tour of America fairly soon?
Well, it's not. Well, I've done lots of big tours of America, But I'm not. A big tour of America goes on for months,
Yeah.
I'm not going to do one of those, no.
But do you look forward to that, or do you only get your charge when the gig is on and the bits in between are tedious?
No, the getting to the gigs, sound checking, all the travelling, if you travel the right way, if you can get it together, like by bus or and Bob, if you can get that together. But with American stuff, you have to use planes. I hate planes. You know.
Fear of flying.
No, they just treat me like a piece of...
They really do they? When you check in, they kind of spit to one side and then...
No, they spit straight at me.
What about songwriting? I don't know when you write songs. What does it have to be a particular set of circumstances, a particular quiet time, or could you do it in the back of the bus as you're going to a gig? Or
Mostly I do mine in airplanes, actually, up in the air, where there's nothing else to think about particularly. So,
right.
But it's different. There's no rules. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't say there's any rules anyway. It's always.
It's just for Shane. People would reckon with the life you lead, or that you're characterised as leading, that where do you get the time to write a song?
Well, I don't live the life I'm characterised as leading, I like a few drinks, and like, I've had a lot of good ideas for songs in pubs, you know what I mean? But there's no set rule for when you're suddenly gonna get a blast of inspiration or whatever it is, and
Do you find
it's
it
something that happens usually, or a story somebody tells you, or you just remember something that happened to you or whatever. My songs aren't intensely personal like Morrissey's, for instance. They're not all about me.
Okay. You're performing quite clearly.
Yours are universal,
Yeah, yours are intensely personal a lot of the time. Does it worry you that you wear your heart on your sleeve because the emotion that gave birth to the song is not necessarily the emotion that still persists in your soul and heart by the time the song comes out, and everybody then imprints the song on you and says, Sinead's feeling this way?
No, because you can write very personally at the same time be quite vague. I mean, I heard a quote once which I really like, which said, "What if one woman told her story, the whole world would break open." So you have to be very careful about the information you do give, because people don't necessarily know how to respect that information. But I was going to say, one thing I do notice about writing songs is that you can often write a song and it can feel very personal in a certain time, but you won't discover until a year after you wrote it what it's really about. You'll find them coming true in your life after you've written them. Your subconscious often writes songs, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is I'm saying to myself sometimes, but then years later I'll realise what the song was about.
Yeah, I was talking to a woman on the radio
So
during
that
the
they're
week
always true.
who was
You gotta
interpreting
watch
dreams,
out for
and she
that
says your
one.
dreams are telling you things,
Yeah.
and you don't necessarily know what
Yeah.
they're telling you until maybe
Well, it's the
a lot
same with
later on.
songs, yeah, because that's my way of speaking to myself. Again, I suppose that's why I write so personally, is because I'm talking to myself, really. Do you know what I mean? Trying to find myself somehow, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so. What kind of a charge do you get out of performing, Shane? I mean, at the end of a gig, how do you feel?
I feel great. I feel great at the end of a gig, and then I feel a sort of massive drop because it's the end of the gig.
Because
And
you're
like,
clearly
it's
performing
like,
regularly.
It's the most exciting thing you can do.
you can
Play a good gig, I think. Really.
But you've got an active band and so on. I'm hoping that soon we're going to see you again with the band and have a bit of fun.
I'm starting touring actually in Dublin. I've got 2 dates, the 1st and 2nd of June, and from then on I'm going to be on
Excellent.
tour till August.
Because we get to see you from time to time at the Irma Awards, and tonight,
Yeah.
occasionally we don't get to see you.
Yeah, well, I'm a
Concentrated
mother also,
performance.
so I've got to put a bit
Busy
of time
time.
in there too. So.
All right. Well, look, thank you both for taking the time to be with us
Okay.
tonight. Lovely to see you again, Sinead and Shane. Thank you very much indeed. Thanks very much indeed. Off you go. You can enjoy the rest of your night. Sinead O'Connor and Shane MacGowan. Thanks.